Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Alright, welcome back. Right. Let's first set this little timer here. Start this in just a sec. One moment. I've just crushed like a pound of, or a half pound of beef. And, I don't know. How do you visualize how much an ounce is? Ounce of vegetables. Images visualized. Visualized. Yeah, so this doesn't help me, right? A cup. Probably had somewhere between probably a cup and a half of root vegetables. And a half pound of ground beef. Have the other pound later, another fucking thing of veggies later. And a bit of orange juice to wash it all down. Gonna have a pouch here as well. Today's pouch of choice is a 9.8 milligram. Oh, what the fuck? These are 15 milligrams. A little 15 milligram pouch. Had a 24. Oh, yeah. Had a 24 milligram pouch last night after eating all you can eat sushi, so my past 24 hours has been better than yours. And I mean, pretty fired up about what I'm learning right now. It feels like I've progressed the furthest into this Flexbox CSS crap than I ever have, which has me pretty stoked. Let's start this timer. And last night going to bed, I sort of reflected just generally, at the moment financially, I'm not being screwed too hard. Been eating really good. I've got rugby tryouts in less than a week. I've got my first shift. I'm gonna start a part-time job this Sunday actually, or this Saturday. So things are going good, and on top of that, for a few days in a row now, I've actually set like at least an hour aside to do some work since like Sunday. So we're doing pretty good. It would be nice if GitHub sort of demonstrated what I'm working on, but if I keep this progress up, it won't matter that the past few days I haven't showed, because it'll look nice, and then it'll look like I've been working on stuff, which I want to be working on stuff. I don't want to convince people I'm working on stuff. I want to get to the point where I actually am. And but commits to forks don't show on your contributions on GitHub unless you do a pull request and they get merged into whatever the fuck, right? So, which makes sense, because serious programmers who are forking crap, actually, I don't know that it makes sense, but I don't entirely understand how the contribution system works anyway. So, I kind of want to. Last night, John Genset, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but he's this Rust developer, sort of aficionado genius, just dev tool kind of guy who, or not even just dev tools. He's made some like crazy database, and he has a startup or some shit, or he's like a first hire. Anyway, he what am I talking about? Oh, he does these just like crazy videos where he's runs you through some pretty complex stuff. And in one of his streams recently, he worked through this Code Crafters thing, and I have a 7-day free trial right now, but I'm pretty sure this build your own interpreter thing will be open until this course itself isn't in beta. So that's cool, and I'm keen on doing this because I wrote a compiler this summer And then I started working through writing interpreters in Go, the book in Go, obviously. But this got nowhere. I think last time I checked, I can't remember, but I basically couldn't even get Go working on this machine because this computer is just so fragged. It's on its way out, and I'm getting a new one soon. But this I actually did do, and it's a little Python. It compiles the Monkey programming language, which is like a very stripped down, bare bones language. And I just followed along this really interesting article that described how lexers work, how parsers work, and how emitters work. And so it's sort of that model of a compiler, very straightforward. You just you tokenize your stuff, you extract meaning from them, and then you string together tokens in your target language sequence. But as far as I can remember, this doesn't support even looping or anything. It was just a very fundamental implementation of translating a simple scripting language into Python. It's been a while. Did I really not put a readme or anything? That's why you need to compiles a custom basic syntax to C. Okay, yeah, it goes to C. Basic syntax being, I think the language is called Monkey. I can't remember, but because these were the bulk of my commits earlier this summer. I was working on this for a while, and then I didn't do shit for basically all of July or August, which was nice. It was nice. I did honestly really nothing intellectual for quite a while, but this is also a period of time that I was crazy stressed about a lot of things all at once, and many of those things being things that don't matter. But we're back on track now. Anyway, let's actually do something. So the decision right now, I think I'll stream later. The decision right now is whether to, you know what? Let's finish this section, the Flexbox section of the Odin project, because as soon as we do, we are working on building this landing page. We're building this using the stuff we've learned about Flexbox, which is going to be sick, right? I'm really excited to work on this because our last website, or we haven't even really made any websites yet, but it's just been dick easy. Literally no CSS even. And so this is cool. This looks like a website my mom would know how to use and navigate, maybe, but before we can do that, that's in this project page. Once we're done that, we're done with the CSS and HTML foundations, and we move into JavaScript. So that's sick. So let's work through alignment. This is the last lesson before building this. So we'll learn how to align items inside a Flex container, both vertically and horizontally. Mm-hmm. Right. So this builds on this. This is actually stuff we touched in the interneting is hard course. Justify content space around, for example. Oh, no. Cool. Justify content aligns items across the main axis. There are a few values that you can use here. You'll learn the rest of them in reading assignments, but for now try changing it to center, which should center the boxes along the main axis. And then, so justify content aligns the space between them, and then align, what was it, align content? Align items. Center. So justify contents with the main axis, and by default is horizontal, so that's talking about the horizontal spacing of them, and then align items is the cross axis, I guess. Which, because by default it's horizontal, for this is vertical, and calling that center centers them vertically in this box. Right. Because justify content and align them are based on main and cross axis of your container. Yeah, cross. Their behavior changes when you change the flex direction of a flex container. For example, when you change flex direction to column, justify content aligns vertically and the aligned items align horizontally. The most common behavior, however, is the default. Justify content aligns items horizontally because the main axis defaults horizontal, and aligned items aligns them vertically. One of the biggest sticking points that beginners have with Flexbox is confusion when this behavior changes. So it would change when you change flex direction to column, which by default flex direction is rows, I would guess. One very useful feature of Flex is the gap property. Setting gap on a Flex container adds a specified value between Flex items, similar to adding a margin to the items themselves. Gap is a new property, so it doesn't show up in any resources yet, but it works reliably in all modern browsers, so it's safe to use and very handy. Adding gap 8 pixels to the centered example above results. So that would go in the container. Right, gap 8 pixels. Line it so they're done. There's more for you to learn in the reading below, but at this point you can surely see how immensely useful Flexbox is. With just the properties we've already covered, you could already put together some impressive layouts. Take your time going through the reading. There will be some review of the items we've already covered here, but it goes into more depth and touches on a few things that haven't been mentioned yet. Don't stress too much about trying to memorize every little detail yet. Just code along with the examples and do your best to internalize everything that is possible with Flexbox. You'll have to reach for these resources again once you get to the practice exercises, but that's perfectly acceptable. The more you use this stuff, the better it will stick in your mind, and you will be using it constantly. Hey. C Flex LS. Oh, it's gonna ask us to go through a bunch of fucking exercises, isn't it? Okay, so we're not getting to that project quite yet, but let's read through some shit. This beautiful interactive guide to Flexbox covers everything you need to know. It will help reinforce concepts we've already touched on with some really fun and creative examples. Spend some time here, some of it should be review, but the foundations. Empty an article that covers. Don't skip there. Okay, let's get into it. That's cool. That was a fucking huge article. I want to know this stuff, though. Right, there you go. It's not about just finishing it. It's about actually learning it. So flex end makes it always goes from here, or go like right aligns it, and then by doing wrap, yeah, I don't know. It's essentially the Microsoft Word layout algorithm. Heading and paragraphs stack vertically as blocks, while things like text, links, and images sit inconspicuously within these blocks. So what problem does Flexbox solve? Flexbox is all about arranging a group of items in a row or a column and giving us a ridiculous amount of control over the distribution and alignment of those items. As the name suggests, Flexbox is all about flexibility. We can control whether items grow or shrink, how the extra space is distributed, and more. Now that CSS Grid is well supported in modern browsers, isn't Flexbox obsolete? CSS Grid is a wonderful layout mode, but it solves different problems in Flexbox. We should learn both layout modes and use the right tool for the job. Flexbox still reigns supreme when it comes to dynamic, fluid UIs that arrange items in a vertical or horizontal list. We'll see an example in this guide, the deconstructed pancake, that can't easily be accomplished with CSS Grid. It's all about controlling the distribution of elements in a row or column. By default, items will stack side by side in a row, but we can flip to a column with the flex direction property. So flex direction set to row. Change it to rows. Primary axis. Primary axis. Cool. Justified content goes with the primary axis. Align items goes with the secondary axis. Justified content, flex start. Align items, stretch. Center. Baseline. Stretch. Cool. Because we're in row, right? Align self is applied to the child elements, not the container. This is crazy. We've done foundations. We've done margin and padding. Tell me that I love you. I've been leaving you. Since the day we met. Darling, I love you. And it feels like someone else. Sorry, I'm fucking gooning on my phone. Typical. Tell me that I love you. As I see my ears. Okay, that's enough of that. Shut up. Okay. I mean, should probably just give her, eh? A decent app. I don't want to see your Twitter. I want to see your GitHub. Jesus. Yuya Uzu. TypeScript, type shit. Type shit. That's pretty gangster. No madeable. Yeah. Oh, no matter. Right. Whoa, where can you be a digital nomad? And nowhere in fucking Canada, actually. You can't be a digital nomad, and not the entire continent here, or... huh. Yeah, fuck Iceland, fuck. Just kidding, I'm just being a hater. I have no idea how to make this. It's really impressive. This should probably not change unless I like zoom in though, right? If I was on my phone would probably catch fire trying to load this. What do we got here? It's hard to see the city names. Oh, you gotta go in. Oh, this is cool. This is really neat. Kuda. Django. Are these like parts of Bali? Whoa. Oh my god. Bali. Oh, okay, so there's a bunch of fucking places. How did I end up here? Oh, here, alright. Makes sense that I would get distracted by the text on a fucking Pomodoro timer. This would be a doable project too, eh? Like, for sure. Something that I love you. Let's find some royalty-free music. Get this fucking really going. Royalty-free lo-fi. Test. Wait, turn this off. I'm testing the audio, one sec. Test. Eli. Test. Eli. Test. Eli. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so we're making our way through this still. Hypothetical. Whoa.
Is your idea of a perfect Sunday? nestling in the sweet embrace of Gary's thighs. What for? For the glory of sports. Be ready with high protein from Vector.
There's no sweeter way to celebrate your birthday. Thank you for 30 beautiful years from all of us.
I'm definitely gonna get sued now that ads are playing in my fucking lo-fi stream. Flex grow, flex shrink, and flex basis. Holy cow, my lats are sore. Interesting. Flex basis is the width of a row thing. And flex column is the height. For example. Okay, flex basis at 60 pixels. Because we're in row, that affects the width. And if we're in column, that affects the height of O. You know what I'm curious? I want to see if turning off nightlight affects the stream. Am I streaming in fucking piss slow? No, I'm not. Okay. What happens if I turn off nightlight? Well, actually I won't be able to tell. Well, might as well keep it off because it's nice on the eyes, I guess. Nice 0 viewers today. Flex direction. Whoa. Get out of here, dude. That's so much money. Holy cow. Hmm. Auto margins. Alright. Spacing related trick I want to share. It's been around since the early days of Flexbox, but it's relatively obscure. It blew my mind when I first discovered it. The margin property is used to add space around a specific element. Pacific. Margin left, margin right, auto.
This break is brought to you by Adobe Photoshop. Fun fact, the latest release is packed with innovations, so you can go from inspiration to creation faster than ever.
Adobe. So you got class logo, corp tech. Mission. Let's start type 9 based on pattern margin. Oh. This is fucked. This is a fucking weird way to organize a site. Flex direction row. Seven fucking exercises. This should be fun. Well, that's the break. Well, 5-minute break. See any Hallmark Toronto. Mm-hmm. Did I? Software developer. Software developer. Sorry. My jobs. No, I don't have a job. Or I do. I have two. TypeScript. Eight years of experience. Okay. Wait. Levels FYI. Google. Waterloo. Oh, L3 is... Oh, L... What? SWE 2? Software Developer 3. Software Engineer 3. Jesus. Canada. That's enough. L3. So, oh, L3. Jesus. So much money. What is this? Shit. So there's an L2. Right, Google. has an L2. Two to 4 years of software development experience. This can be on Google as an SW1 or at another. Cool. Oh la la. Anyway, it's time to focus. Time to learn. I'm gonna do just one more for now. I think I could get all 7 of these done today, or we could work on the interpreter. Hard to say. Wait, I thought I installed live server. Oh, it is enabled. Wait, what? Should be right there. Should it not? Whatever. I don't need it. Okay, so... Oh. Display flex. On line items. There you go. Right? Display flex, center. Right. Fuck you. Cool. It's done too. Oh. You got me fucked up. that was kind of depressing. And then not great, boys. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, so we'll have to change the HTML a little, apparently. So items that are to the left and right of the header. So there's the header. And then logo, link 1, link 2, link 3. And that goes here, and then that has notifications and circle. Okay, and then then for the whole header, display flex. And then justify content space between the left display line item center. Align. Space. That's pretty good. Or justify content center. This is flex and this is center. And then gap. That's a good, like, attempt. Border padding. Should just add like, yeah. Okay, let's look at. So you have a left and a right. I already did that. just gonna make sure that the selection's reasonable. Alright, stuff. Display flex. Space 3. Yeah, you add 8. That looks so much better. Wow. And then to unordered list, left or right, display flex, line item center, gap, 15 pixels. Then to unordered list, display flex, margin, padding, gap. Yeah, okay. A reasonable run at it. That was good. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it there. We got a bunch of exercises done for the second last thing, the flex thing. 3 out of 7 of them done in like 50 minutes, which was alright. And then if I can be disciplined, I'll be back this evening to finish those. Probably won't start the project tonight, but I'll probably finish the rest of those exercises on stream, and maybe just do some crafted interpreter stuff here at night. Alright, thanks for watching, for whoever watches this VOD later, because no one is in the stream. Ciao.